Now, I'm not naive. I know there's always been lies and corruption in every part, every society. That's just the nature of having a society, right? I'm not naive that there used to be lies and corruption. But your parents lived in an era, no matter how old you are, where you could turn on the news at night, and of course there would be bias. There's always been that liberal bias in the news, but not outright lies. Okay, you're getting a slanted view of things, not outright lies. Your parents lived in a world where you could walk into your doctor's office and trust your doctor. Even if he happened to mess something up, there was no bias there. He wasn't being manipulated by big pharma or insurance companies or some dog meat academic institution he came from. You trust your doctor. It's your doctor, right? Nice guy, white lab coat. He's got the weird silver thingy hanging around his neck. You do not live in that country anymore, and you're going to have to adjust how you think. I do not live in that country anymore. I am going to have to make adjustments. I'm going to have to adjust how I think. We are being fed lies now at an unprecedented level in the United States of America. Frankly, this is one of those things that has not happened that often throughout history. Any nation this drowning in lies. When you get to a point as a nation where you are this drowning in lies, the people themselves have to make mental adjustments. The great Tom Clancy once said, the control of information is something the elite always does, particularly in despotic form of government. Information, knowledge is power. If you control information, you can control the people. What am I talking about here? Here's a great example. We're not going to let this one go. The Hunter Biden laptop thing. You remember that, right? That's not a small deal. The son of the then would-be president of the United States, wannabe president, Joe Biden, the son has a laptop with crimes on it. Many, many, many crimes. Emails, videotape, photographs. We have, this is all verified stuff. This isn't whispers from a guy and whispers from a guy and whispers from a guy. We have verifiable stuff. Immediately, when this was discovered and reported by the New York Post, immediately the system itself locked shields and lied to you about it. Censored it, covered it up. Remember, it went way beyond social media banning any linking to the article. 51 former major intelligence operatives, CIA people, came out and said this has all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation. The media, endlessly, Russian disinformation. This is Russian disinformation. They censored it and they lied to you about it, and it changed the election. Remember, we have the exit polls that show enough people would have flipped their vote if they'd known about it. Donald Trump would still be in his second term. So not only do we have a system drowning in lies, these lies have consequences. Right now, we're in a recession. That's not news to you. I know it's not news to you because I know you feel it. I feel it. I know you do. I know you feel it when you fill up your car. I know you feel it when you go to the grocery store. I know you feel it all around you. It's evident everywhere. Everyone knows we're in a recession. By the official definition that has always been recognized, we are in the recession. And yet, once again, the regime, the system is locking shields and telling you it's fine.
Well, we're certainly in a transition, and we are seeing slowing as we all would have expected. But I think if you look at the full data and the type of data that NBER looks at, virtually nothing signals that this period in the second quarter is recessionary.
President Biden has said we've entered a new phase in our recovery, focused on achieving steady, stable growth without sacrificing the gains of the last 18 months.
Look at it more broadly at the data, and that's why we're seeing what we're seeing is that we are in a transition.
It doesn't seem that the U.S. economy is in recession right now.
That doesn't sound like a recession to me. Thank you very much.
The lies. You have to make adjustments now and accept you're being lied to at all times from every angle. And honestly, the Biden administration has made this sickness we have of lying, they've made it so much worse. Of course, they're passing the mini Build Back Better Act, the mini Green New Deal. That's what the Inflation Reduction Act, speaking of lies, that's what the Inflation Reduction Act is. They even have their new clown boy, Joe Manchin, all over TV lying about this thing.
John, I didn't change my mind. I've never changed at all. This is fighting inflation. This is all about the absolute horrible position that people are in now because of the inflation cost, whether it be gasoline, whether it be food pricing, whether it be energy pricing. And it's around energy mostly. It's driving these high inflation. This is going to take care of that because this is aggressively producing more energy to get more supply to get the prices down. That's what we're doing. But we didn't raise taxes, John.
Didn't raise taxes. Joe Biden's out there saying the exact same thing. Hey, anyone less than $400,000 a year in income, they're not going to have their taxes raised.
It's a big deal. Also, for the first time in a long time, began to restore fairness to the tax code. Began to restore fairness by making the largest corporations in America pay their fair share without any new taxes on people making under $400,000 a year.
But anyway, again, that's a lie. The Joint Committee on Taxation says the bill would increase taxes on millions of Americans, and yet they lied about it. Not only that, they're raising taxes on millions of Americans during a recession, virtually guaranteeing a deepening of the recession. So during a recession, during inflation, they're spending hundreds of billions of dollars and raising your taxes, which is an unbelievably big deal, right? Wouldn't you agree? Except you won't know, or at least the normal person won't know, because everything I just told you is once again being censored. A top guy came out, top U.S. economist, went out and posted on Facebook, I dug into this whole thing and this raises taxes. What happened from there? Did people start digging into it, figuring it out? Nope. Facebook immediately began fact-checking him and censoring him for these things. We are at a time now where we are drowning in lies.
Don't miss Jesse Kelly Breaks History, The Forgotten Genocide, the first episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.